Hello, and welcome to this Overgrowth Combat and Acrobatics tutorial. Let's get started with the very basics. The W, S, D, and A keys control movement. To crouch, press Shift. And to jump, press Spacebar. Jump height can be controlled by the spacebar. Tap it for a short jump, or hold it down for a tall jump. In addition to just jumping, once you're in the air, you can also roll by pressing crouch. You can use this to run up a wall. While there, you can also jump off, or you can also roll off the wall. Moving horizontally also lets you run across it. These wall jumps can be used to get to hard-to-reach ledges. You can also chain together wall jumps to get even farther. To climb up a ledge, hold block as you run towards it. Your new wall jump can also help you get to higher ledges. Chaining wall jumps together also allows you to ascend vertically between walls. There's no limit to this, so you can wall jump indefinitely. This also allows for some pretty interesting wall jumping. In this example, we can jump up the wall in the shape of a spiral. One other thing to consider is the camera angle during your jump. Here, I will keep this camera still. If I flick the camera in the direction I am jumping, I will jump quite a bit farther. As you can see, I hit the wall there. Before we move on to combat, one last point is that you can fall quite some distance without being hurt. Moving on to combat, all attacks are done with the left mouse button, and all defensive moves are done with the right mouse button. Overgrowth is not a button mashing game, in that you can hold down the attack button and you will continuously attack. To demonstrate this, I will do nothing but hold down the left mouse button. Just to reiterate, you do not need to spam the attack button. As long as you're holding it down, you'll continuously attack. We'll start with defense, and more specifically, the dodge. To dodge, press backwards or sideways as the enemy attacks. Enemies will grunt while attacking, which helps you to know when to dodge. Next up is the active block. To do this, click the right mouse button just as an enemy attacks. If you hold the right mouse button as you block, you will flip the enemy over your body. This can be countered by pressing block as the flip starts. Here are 3 opponents countering my flip. You can use this block technique while on the ground in order to right yourself. Notice how I pop up after the enemy's attack. Let's see that again. Your other option while on the ground is to roll away from an enemy. In this case, I roll towards him. Let's see that again, but this time not towards the enemy. Now that you know how to defend yourself, let's move on to the offensive techniques. And first up is the punch. To perform a punch, you must be standing near an enemy and be moving towards them as you engage attack. and once again. To do a knee kick, you must be standing stationary near an opponent while engaging attack. The front kick is performed in the same stationary manner as the knee kick, but slightly farther away from the enemy. Let's combine those punches, knees, and front kicks together. Next up are roundhouse kicks. Roundhouse kicks are performed at the same distance as front kicks, but you must be moving while engaging attack. Notice how I position the enemy to the left or right of me depending on which kick I'm going to use. The roundhouse kick is a risky maneuver because the enemy can do a sweeping kick and knock you off balance. To do sweeping kicks of your own, click Shift to crouch and then attack. It is very similar to the roundhouse kick. The most powerful move in your arsenal is the leg cannon. To do this, make a quick jump at your enemy and press attack in midair. It also leaves you off balance afterwards. If you attack an enemy on the ground, you perform a soccer kick. This is useful after punches and flips. Next up is sneaking. If an enemy is unaware of your presence, you can move up to them and hold block. This will put them in a headlock and render them unconscious. If you're equipped with a weapon while choking an enemy, you can click the left mouse button to destroy their throat. Let's see that once again. As I get near the enemy, I click block. Once an enemy is down, you can drag them by holding block. Next up are weapons. To grab a weapon, press Q, and to sheath it, press E. If you press Q while equipped with a weapon, you'll throw it. Another way to pick up weapons is by rolling over them while pressing Q. Switch hands by pressing B. You can drop them by pressing Shift and Q. Different weapons have different properties when thrown. Here is a dagger. Next is a spear and a sword. Weapon attacks also have different properties. Daggers are quick but weak, and they impart little force on the enemy. Spears have range, but they are not quite as damaging as swords. Swords are devastating and will kill you in one hit. Oh no, what can I do here? Our dodging technique. That is the only way of resisting an enemy with a weapon. Until you die. Sabers are faster and are much harder to dodge. If you also have a weapon, you're in luck. You can click right-click to block. Notice how my sword flew out of my hand before I died. Well-placed attacks can disarm an opponent. One last point I'd like to make before leaving you is that you can press tab to slow motion. This makes the game slightly too slow for my liking, but it's still a useful feature. Just as a side note, you can change characters by pressing 1 through 7. The wolf is the most powerful, and can kill a rabbit in one strike. Combine what you've learned, and see what I've done right and wrong in these next videos. Also, enjoy the scenery. If you are interested in the alpha, which you should be, you can go to wolfire.com to pre-purchase the game. This movie was made using Overgrowth Alpha 198. Overgrowth alphas are quick to be updated, so if there are any game mechanic changes, I will also be quick to update this video with any new data. I hope you enjoyed watching. If I missed anything, let me know.